And really, thank you, Sam, for bringing this question to the table. But before I answer that, let's first look at what is dollar cost averaging really. The first time the investing world heard about this concept was in security analysis, which Benjamin Graham wrote just after the bubble burst in 29. And the beauty thing about security analysis and about dollar cost averaging is that this book outlines a method where you can get an average return in the long run. And when I'm saying the long run, I really mean in the very long run, because the method is really simple. Say that you have $1,000 that you can set aside each month to invest in stocks and bonds. So you would invest in, for instance, stocks, S&P 500, and you invest the same amount every month, and you'll do that for a very, very long time. So you won't have to dig into annual reports for international stock picks. You don't have to look at whether or not the S&P is overvalued or undervalued. You simply just have to invest the same amount every month. And when you do that, you will end up with the average return, because sometimes you will buy high, sometimes you will buy low, and on average that will be the average. So let's look at whether or not this approach is the right thing to do at the moment. Now, if we look at the current situation here in 2015, I have found the stocks earnings yield and the bonds earnings yield. And right now stocks are more attractive option. So right now you can get something approximately 5%. And the first question you might say is that sufficient? Now, in my opinion, I don't think it's a good stock yield. I think it's definitely a low stock yield, especially if you look back in history. But again, if you want to, use this approach and you say, I know that sometimes I'll be, buying higher than I should, and sometimes I'll buy lower. Well, if it fits you, you might enter. The thing I want to say is that really be careful if you have like a lump sum right now that you want to invest. If that's the case, but you say that you have $100,000, and after deploying the $100,000, you want to invest $1,000 every month. If you invest that here in the very beginning, where the stock market is overvalued, I really think it's a bad idea, because then you get the wrong exposure, even for the really long run. So I guess I'll probably spread that out over at least a few years, perhaps 5 or 10 years, and um, even that out with how much you expect that you can set aside each month to invest in. So I think that dollar cost averaging is a great approach. I think this is probably the approach that, combined with a low cost ETF, I would recommend to most people. So Sam, if individual stock picks is not for you, if you don't want to do the thorough analysis of a ton of businesses and investing in the best ones and always monitoring, should I sell, should I buy more, you know, yeah, I think this is a great approach. The timing might not be the right now to begin with, unless, of course, you begin with a very small amount, and then you're really in this for the long run.